Hi everyone and welcome to Triple M Adventures with Bill. This video is to help people who own the Turnigy TGY9X radio to set up a model. Firstly, I'm going to do it in OpenTX Companion on the computer and then I will do it on the radio. So let's switch over to the computer. Okay, I've already opened up OpenTX, so we are going to open the backup that I've already done. So we go to File, Recent Files, and there's the 9X. Okay, you're going to come up with this error, but don't worry about it. I've mentioned this in previous videos that you don't have to worry, just say okay. Now you can see there's only one plane on here, and that is my clouds fly. What I'm going to do now is set up another model. So we're going to click on number 2, right click and say Model Wizard. There we go, and we're going to call this one. Now I'm actually setting up a model that I've got. It's called the Canary. It's a big trainer, 4-channel trainer, which I use to film from. I haven't used it for a while because I need to go to the airfield, and obviously with the lockdown now I won't be able to. Anyway, so let's set that up. So we're going to call this the Canary. Okay, then we choose plane. You go next. Have we got a throttle? Yes, we have, and that's on channel 3, which is correct for me. It is a standard wing configuration. Ailerons, has your model got ailerons? Yes, it has, and this time it's controlled by one channel, and that will be channel 4, so there's no mixing. Flaps, no, we don't have flaps. Air brakes, no, we haven't got those either. And tail type, elevator and rudder, yes, we have. This is a 4-channel plane that we're setting up. Next. The tail configuration, yes, that will be, rudder will be channel 1 and elevator will be channel 2. Next. Okay, and let's set up a throttle cut, throttle timer, yes. Let's do that. That will save us a bit of work. I won't have a flight timer, I don't normally do that. Then we go down the channels, they should be correct. We click OK and we say finish. Now there we go. Now we need to do a few more adjustments to this model to set it up how I would like to. Okay, we're going to double click the Canary and we're going to come up with the first screen that says setup. Now we're going to set up a timer here and I'm going to set that timer up for 10 minutes. So let's put the timer 10 minutes. There we go. We are going to use the throttle stop one. We've got the countdown. I want to change that to beeps. And I'd like a minute call. So we choose those options. Next thing we need to go in is flight modes. I like to set up flight modes so that I can disarm the motor, even on a fixed wing. I think it's just a good safety aspect. So I'll set that up. So let's go back to the computer. In the flight modes, we need to go to flight mode 0, which is the default, and put in there disarm. That's all we need to do in that tab. In the next one, flight mode 1, we need to say in here, armed. Then we need to choose the switch, which needs to be the active switch, which is the THR with an exclamation mark. That is this one here. And that is everything we need to do in our flight modes. Now we're going to go to the inputs and we're going to add a line to each of the control surfaces. This is so that we can add a different weight. This will give us dual rates. First one we're going to go to is rudder. Double click it. Okay, there's the original weight. We need to leave that the same. Then we're going to click, left click again, right click and say add. Now the second weight I'm going to normally do 60%. Okay, there we go. We need to go back into here and set that to a switch. Now this switch is going to be, this is the rudder. So we're looking for an exclamation mark RUD, this one here. And there we go, that's the weight setup. Now we're going to go to the elevator. We're going to set up the first one as is. We can click again, sorry, we can put that to a switch. And in this case, it would be exclamation elevator. Okay, then we double click and we're going to add another weight. And that is going to, I beg your pardon, no, we're going to right click and then add, and we add the dual rating at 60%. Throttle we leave alone, and then we're going to double click here. We're going to pick the switch, which is going to be exclamation mark aileron. Say OK, and then we are going to add a line in here, and then we'll make that 60%. I hope I didn't do that too fast for you. Just pause the video if you want to check what I did then. Okay, so that is the input setup. Let's go through the other tabs. Mixes, we don't need to do anything. Outputs, curves and logical switches, but we do need to do something in the special functions. In SF2, I'm going to set up a beeper so it beeps when we arm the motor. Okay, so here we need to pick THR with an exclamation mark. And then we are going to go play sound. And we don't have many options here, so we've got beep, and I'm going to pick beep 1, and we are not going to repeat it. Now we're going to set up reset timer. For this one, we are going to SF3, we are going to select TRN without an exclamation mark. TRN. In here we are going to pick reset. Oopsie daisy. We are going to pick reset and timer 1, and then we are going to turn it on. And I'd also like to add a beep to when we reset. Okay, to do that we go to SF4. We are going to put exclamation mark TRN. We are going to say play sound. And again beep. And there we go. Everything's done. Now we can close this window, and we are going to now have to put the model onto our radio. Now let's just save this backup in OpenTX Companion. So we are going to, if we close this window, you'll see it's asking me if I want to save. So I'm going to save it. I've plugged my 9X into the computer. Now what we need to do to get the model onto the radio is to first bring up the backup that it is on. So we are going to bring that back up, we'll ignore that error, and we're going to pull this over to the right, that window over to the right where the canary is sitting. Then we've got to read the settings from the radio. So we go read write, and we say read models and settings from the radio. Here we go. Okay, we'll ignore that error, and there we go. And you can see that there are the models that are on my radio. So what we're going to do now is we go to the right screen and we copy that. We go over to here and right click and say paste. Now you'll see the model is now in this backup. So we can now close this window. What I'm going to do is, just to tidy up this radio, I'm going to delete the models that I don't need. So that is this one. So left click, right click and say delete. Yes, and the same with this one. Right click and delete. Yes, and I just want to move this one up. It will duplicate it and then I'll just delete that one. Just wanted to tidy things up. We can now restore these models to our radio. So this time we go read write and we say write models and settings to radio. Always check this. It's the check firmware compatibility and then say write. This will take some time, so I'll speed it up. And there we go, everything's done. Okay, we can close this. Just save change and then we'll discard those because I still have the backup. Right, okay, we're going to switch over to the model aeroplane now and see if everything worked okay. I bound the receiver to the radio, so let's just test everything. Okay, elevator, up elevator is correct. I know the throttle, I'm not going to spin that huge motor up, but I know the throttle is working correctly. And aileron, bank right, that is correct. And then rudder. Okay, that rudder bank, that is bank right and that's banking left. Okay, so now we need to alter that. Now to do this, all we need to do is hit the minus sign on your radio and then go over to mixes, go down to the rudder, and we can just hold the plus button, and we're going to go to -100, push enter to come out. Now we should be the right way around. There we go. The nose wheel's working correctly. We'll rudder right, that's correct, rudder left. And there we go, everything is set up properly. Something I forgot to show you is the yaw rates. Let me show you those. Okay, so if we put full aileron on and then flick, there we go. That's working correctly. Let's go elevator, yaw rate on, yaw rate off, okay. And rudder, I don't normally set rudder up, but let's try that. There we go. So everything is working absolutely wonderfully. Okay, let's turn the radio on. And you see we're getting a switch error because I've set my disarm switch. I like it this way around, so that is armed, and then I fly with my finger there and go doof and turn it off. So it's giving us an error. So what we need to do is to hit the plus button and then hit the plus button again and then go down, which on here is down, that's correct, yep. And then we go to here where it says S warning, and if we push the menu button you'll hear it beep, and we should be okay now. So if we go back, we turn our radio off, turn it back on, and there we go, no error. I just wanted to do a close-up of how I adjusted the sense on the rudder when it was working in the incorrect way. Now, all you need to do on the TG9X is to hit the plus button and then just go across, and we go to the mixes and you go down, and then you just have to do plus or minus here to get to whichever figure you need. So normally they are a plus figure and you'd have to change them to a minus, and then that allows you to have the correct rudder sense. Now we've set the model up for the Turnigy TG9YX in Companion, let's do it on the actual radio. So we'll switch over to the radio now. What we need to do is push the minus button and we'll come up to the model selection. We need to move down to a spare model and hold the menu key. Now we will load a standard model. We now need to edit this model. So we are going to push the minus key. Now the first thing to do is to go and put the model name in. Now to do this we push menu and then it's up or down to pick your letter. And then plus will make it a capital. Now I'm not going to show you the rest of this process. I'll go ahead and put the name in. Now we've finished putting the model's name in, let's push menu. And now we're going to go down to the timer, use the down button, push menu, and then we're going to turn the timer on. We'll push menu again. We're going to go to the minutes. We're going to push menu. And there we go, add 10 minutes in. And we want to have the minute counter and the countdown. Now that should be everything we need to do in this section. Let me just go take a check. Yeah, that's everything. Right, the next section we need to do is to push the minus key and go over to flight mode where we're going to set up the arm and disarm. We need to move down to the default, push menu, and all we need to do in here is type disarmed, which will be our default mode. There we go. And we can click menu. and escape. Now we need to go to flight mode 1, which is going to be armed. So push menu, again type in armed. Okay, push menu, and now the switch we need to choose for this is the active switch, which is !THR. !THR. Click menu, and then we can escape. That's everything done in the flight modes. Now we move on to the sticks. So we're going to go back up till we highlight the 3-9, go to the sticks. Now here we need to put in the dual rates. So we are going to go down to rudder, push menu. Now we're going to keep the weight as it is because this will be when the dual rates are off. And then we're going to go down to the switch here, and this will need to be the rudder switch, which will be active. We push menu, rudder active, and there we go. Push menu and exit. Now we need to add a line in on the rudder to put the dual rate in. Now we need to tap the menu button to add another line. We then move down and tap the menu button again. We've now got a second line that we need to edit. So we hold the menu button down. Here we need to put the weight in at, I'd normally choose 60%. So we're going to tap there, and I'm going to go down. Oops, daisy, to 60%. And here in the switch we can choose either not to have a switch in there. Both these ways will work, so we can leave it like that, or we can put rudder in without an exclamation mark. Then we push exit, and we can test this now. If we use the dual rate switch, you'll see we're switching over between 100 and 60. And that's the dual rate setup. Now what you need to do is go to do that to the elevator and aileron, exactly the same way as I've done it for the rudder. So for this exercise I won't repeat that. Now we need to move on to the next sections. So we go back up to the top, and you'll see it highlights the 4-9. Use your minus key. We do nothing in the mixers, nothing in servos, nothing in curves, and nothing in logical switches. But then we move on to the special functions. The first special function we're going to set up is the armed function. So we're going to go down to the first row, push the menu key, and here we need to find THR. It's got to say THR without a minus, and there we go. Push menu, go override, and then click menu. We need to change this to channel 3. Okay, then we need to move over, and in here we need to make it a -100, so it chops the throttle completely. -100, and then go over and turn it on. On the next line we're going to set up a beep, so it beeps when we arm. So if we go down, push menu. Now if we go to the left button, we are going to get the minuses. If we go to the right, we are going to get the non-active options. So there we go. We need to find active THR, that's the one. Then we're going to go here, and we need to pick beep, and that should be it. If we, there we go, and you can see the channels. You can see when it's active and when it's not active, so that should be correct. Okay. Now on the next line, we're going to set up the reset timer. So we push menu, and here we need the unactivated TRN option. So we are going to go this way. TRN, and it's the non-active option. And then we're going to go over to here, push menu, and we are going to select reset. That's it, reset timer. This timer 1, we go over to the right and we activate. Okay, on the next line we're going to set up the beep, so we are going to go menu. Now this time we need to go to the right to get, oh beg your pardon, we need to go to the left to get the activated TRN. So TRN activated and the beep. That should be it. So we can push exit. Now if we reset, we should get a beep. And if we arm, we should get a beep. And there we go. That is everything set up on the radio itself. Now let's check on the radio to see if everything is working correctly. Now I can see straight away there is a problem there because my timer's running and I've not got the throttle up. So I must have made a setting incorrectly on the first screen. So let's push to the right. And yeah, there we go. We've got to change the timer 1 from on to THS. There we go. So we push menu and exit, exit. Okay, let's reset. Yeah, there we go. Throttle up, throttle down, reset. Okay, that's working fine. Now we can also check that the arm and disarm is working correctly. If we push the up button and keep going, we'll come to a different screen. There you can see our outputs. So that's great. So if we put the throttle forward, okay, it is armed. So there we go, we can see the throttle working. We disarm and now our throttle is not working. So that's great, everything's working nicely. I hope you found this video interesting. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you really enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel, and please share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching. Keep safe. Bye for now.
Disarm motors.